Hi, everybody. Hi, welcome to Weekly Wellness with Ms. K and Dr. D. I'm Ms. K. I'm a licensed clinical social worker here in Indianapolis.
And I'm Dr. D, and I'm a licensed clinical psychologist in Indianapolis.
Correct.
Thanks.
And this evening, for our Thursday Weekly Wellness, we are going to be talking about gratitude in this season of all of our various holidays that are going on here, specifically teaching children about gratitude and appreciation and how we do that. And I think this is a good time of year to talk about it because we're in the midst of, I think
Hanukkah started 2 days ago.
2 days ago.
So half my family's doing that.
Right.
We do half that. And then I looked on my mantle today and I have a little countdown to Christmas.
Yes.
And it appears, if I've done the math right, which is certainly possible, I haven't, it appears that it's approximately 10 days?
I guess. Yeah, something like that. Sounds pretty close.
It's close. Whatever it is, it's close.
Right. And yes.
So how are you feeling? Because you have a small person that you're
I do have a small person, and this is perfect to talk about based on our topic this evening. And honestly, I'm not particularly worried about this gift giving time of year because, and obviously with little children, there's something that's kind of magical and fun about Christmas or whatever you're celebrating. But for us, it was always Christmas growing up, and so there's something that you do kind of want to help them to have a fun time and help them to enjoy the kind of magical part of this time of year. And so there are certain little things that she has asked for. She's very small, and so we do that as part of the fun of this season. However, when other people at work are asking me, hey, have you finished all your Christmas shopping? I don't even think, honestly, and this might seem strange, I don't even think about all the Christmas shopping. I don't involve myself anymore with that kind of going out and spending all this money for a lot of people that already have everything that they want. And it has become much more apparent to me in my older years that this is a time of year when you can demonstrate, especially to a young person, this season is not about collecting garbage, I want this,
Lots of materialistic
or buying
stuff.
a bunch of stuff for people that don't need it. So no, I'm not even worried about my holiday shopping because I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it, really.
Earlier you told me that you didn't care what you said. I don't care what you want.
But I don't. So and let me tell you why. This has a lot to do with what we're talking about today.
Right.
I don't care.
Because I don't need
for
anything.
Christmas.
I don't need it.
No, it's just like it's absurd. A lot of this, the craziness of this time of year.
Yeah, we put a lot of pressure on ourselves as adults to somehow fulfill all of these materialistic fantasies for children and for other people, when truly the season really should be about how do we just make the world a better place?
How do we make the world?
How do we give to folks who don't have?
Give to people that exactly. Yeah. So starting from a very young age, even around 3 or 4, children start to understand that there are people that are not in the same. They need things, and they also deserve to have joy, and the idea that you can help people, and that you can give to people and bring happiness to other people.
You can share your blessings, and that's really what this season's about. Is how do you share with others? How do you recognize what you have in your life?
Exactly.
Appreciate it, and then give to others, and really just make your community a better place. And,
exactly.
And just make other people's holiday season better.
Exactly. And so focusing on teaching gratitude in young people, there are ways, some people say that we're not born grateful people. We are not born with gratitude. That has to be taught by caregivers, and that has to be cultivated by parents and caregivers. There are ways to do that, and from a very young age, like I said, this can be something that is cultivated in your child and should be.
Well, like with, because my kids aren't little anymore, thank God, but what I always did with them is when they would give me a list of a whole bunch of stuff,
right,
and they'd say, I need this, I would always say, oh, no, you don't need anything on this list. In fact, what you need is heat in the house, you need food on the table, you need to feel safe, you need shelter. That's what you need.
Those are needs.
All of this stuff is what you want. And of all of these things, you may choose 3, and we can talk about those.
And so being very specific as to the difference between a need and a want.
Yeah.
And I've already started that with my very small person. When I'm hearing, I need this, we talk about what is the difference between needing and wanting, and what are things that you need? Food, shelter, heat when it's 20 degrees out, things like that.
Safety.
Correct.
Yeah, that's what you need.
And that, exactly, the difference between needing and wanting.
So we have 3 tips, right?
Yes, 3 tips,
3
as always.
Tips.
That is, really focused on teaching and cultivating that.
Yeah, cultivating.
Gratitude.
I like the idea of the word cultivate, because cultivate kind of speaks to an ongoing process.
And it is an ongoing process.
And it has to be an ongoing process. You don't just say, hey, learn this and learn gratefulness and then it's done. No, this is a daily thing. This is really teaching children on a daily basis how to appreciate what they have and how to give to others.
Exactly. And first tip, be a grateful parent.
Yes.
Second tip, practice saying no.
No.
To
say
your
yes.
children.
Say yes to no.
Say yes to no.
That's my
Again,
favorite.
just like last week.
Yeah.
And tip number 3, encouraging like a yearly goodwill project that's part of your holiday, whatever you're celebrating.
Yeah.
But encouraging a family goodwill project, and we'll
I
talk
love
about that.
Love that.
So first one, being a grateful parent.
Demonstrate gratefulness.
Our children learn from what we model to them,
Yes.
and be showing them what a grateful parent looks like. This is everything from just your simple interactions with people in a restaurant or in a store, your thank yous, your please, your pleases, all of those things. And then talking about, being very open about talking about what you are grateful for. Like some people have we say one thing that we're grateful for at dinner every night.
Yeah.
People have different ways of doing this. But talking about why something is valuable and important to you, not a material thing, but the fact that, wow, isn't it so nice that it is freezing cold outside and we get to be in a warm house. A lot of people don't get that.
Yeah.
So teaching that. And what's, you had somebody, you were talking about
so I spoke to someone recently. This was wonderful. So she's a great grandma, lovely, lovely woman, and she was saying that one of the family traditions they had during the holiday season is that everybody got a kazoo, right? When they were opening gifts, everybody has a kazoo. And so everybody is required to play a holiday tune on their kazoo, right? And then everybody has to guess what it is they're playing.
Okay.
And then as they open their gift, they need to talk to the rest of the family members, everybody who's sitting around, about why that gift is important to them. And I think it's beautiful.
That is instead of like this mass, if you've experienced this when you were young, I mean, you know, you're opening all this crap and it's, stuff that you're going to forget about in a week or maybe even a few days.
Yeah.
But, taking that moment to have each person unwrap their present in front, like, this is your moment to open your present and play your song on the kazoo and talk about what you just got, and it's so much more meaningful.
Yeah, and it slows everybody down.
Yes.
And not only that, it slows the holiday down. It helps everybody to sit for a moment and be thoughtful. And these are the things that we remember.
I would remember that, like having to play a kazoo song.
Yeah.
I would remember that much more than like some random.
Like the Barbie heads we used to get. We used to cut the hair.
Right.
Yeah.
Opening up the Barbie heads. I mean, whatever.
No, we had a lot of fun.
It was fun with the Barbie heads, but ultimately means absolutely nothing.
Right. But they were fun.
So, naming your blessings.
Yeah.
So, talking,
even
on a daily basis.
Absolutely.
But particularly during the holiday season, what are you grateful for? What are you lucky to have? And talking about that with your child and asking your child, what are you grateful for? And what is important to you that makes you a happy person? And these are not material things. These are, the love of a parent or a caregiver.
Yes.
Things like that. So, but being very open about how you talk about those, about gratitude,
Yeah.
and appreciation.
Yeah, truly.
Oh, yes. Okay, so number 2.
Yeah.
Practice saying no.
Say no.
You have some good tips here with practicing saying no. Like,
I think you should say no to everything. What did I say? What did I
just
say
as
about
far as
practicing
like,
saying no?
well, just as far as like, kids asking for all this stuff, and then you
Oh,
just give,
no.
like your whole goal as a parent is just, I'm going to try and get them everything they want on their Christmas list.
I think
What is
that
the
is-
point of
yeah,
that?
that is such
what are
a
you
disservice.
teaching them, and why is
Yeah.
that a disservice? It's a huge disservice. Why is that a disservice?
It's a disservice because that's not how the world works.
It is absolutely not how the world
Right.
works.
And so what you're
are you
really-
setting your kid up for?
You're setting your children up to have expectations that are unrealistic for the world, and
Yes.
when they go out and when they're actually on their own, this is not how the world works. How the world works is through hard work and being a decent person and giving back, and that's how the world really should work.
Yes.
And so when you pepper your conversations with your children with the word no, like we're at the grocery store and they see candy they want and they give it to you and you say no, or they want a new toy because that's what's just come out and you say no, what you're really doing is you're teaching them that you can't get everything you want.
You don't. That's not how the world
That's
works.
not how it
but when
works.
you do get something special,
Then what?
guess what? You learn to appreciate
You learn
it.
to appreciate it.
It's a big deal.
Yeah.
And that what that instills in your child is just being able to recognize that I'm so excited and happy for this
Right.
one thing because I don't get everything, because nobody gets everything.
Right.
You cannot teach your children that is how the world works when it
It's
just
true.
simply is not.
And I'm
so
a huge-
say no.
Say no. And I'm a huge proponent. I make my kids pay me. Like if they really want
Well, that's-
something,
yes.
because they're older now. I mean, they're in
Right.
their teens.
But that's another thing to start even at
They
a
pay
young
me.
age.
Yeah, if they want something and they really want. It's just a want. There's no real purpose for it, and they'll ask, and I'll say, "What's it worth to you?
Right.
Do you really want? If
And-
it's $20, all right. Well, you know where to put the $20.
Right, and you learn to
You pay me.
appreciate. Like, I worked for this, and this is that instills that sort of that ability to appreciate. Things are not just handed to you, and
Yeah.
it just does such a disservice.
I
if you
agree.
Give your child everything, especially again at the holiday times. Please just say no. I think
I love saying no.
because it's just so important.
Yeah.
It really is.
But then it feels good to say yes too.
But then you get those opportunities
Right.
to say yes, but
Yeah.
you can't. The expectation that your parents are going to take care of you forever and that they're going to give you everything, that does a huge disservice to your child.
Yes, I agree. I agree.
Just-
But
okay.
I will tell you this. Because I do say no with some frequency, I really do enjoy then every once in a while bringing home a little
Absolutely.
a
And
little
guess
surprise,
what?
a little
It's
treat.
real gratitude.
Yeah, real gratitude. Yeah. And I like that.
So another important thing, our third tip that I think is huge, and that we just started doing last year with my small person, at this time of year when it's, they see commercials and ads and everything else for getting all these, presents and opening of presents and of all kinds of crap. It's crazy. It's garbage. Understanding.
You should not work for Hasbro.
No, I shouldn't. And I never will.
Don't do that.
But, understanding as you're learning again to cultivate this gratitude in your children, helping them to feel grateful for the things that they have. And so our third tip, having some kind of a goodwill project that you do each year. So we just, last year with my small person, we have a specific shopping day where we go and we do shopping for Toys for Tots. So this isn't a day where we're buying things for people that don't need anything or buying stuff for, my kid, but we're going out and we're buying
Specifically
very
for other people.
specifically
Uh-huh.
for other people.
Yeah.
And some people have a goodwill project at the holidays that they do with their kids. And again, this has to be a family
Right.
oriented thing. This isn't just,
Oh gosh, I have to get this done, so let me run out while the
let me
kids
run
are
out
at
and do the
school.
Toys for Tot thing. Or just you can stay here.
Yeah.
It needs to
it should
involve
be-
the children.
Right.
And some people go to Riley Hospital, and they have a particular, a specific toy drive.
Or they have the little trees with the ornaments on it, and you can pick a child and buy their gifts. Or there's all kinds of things. Mm-hmm.
And this teaches you, that you to be grateful for what you have, and then also to take care of others. We're a community.
Yeah.
Human beings are here to help each other.
Yeah.
We are all interdependent.
Yeah.
And so we give to others, and we give to people that don't have heat, don't have one toy at the holiday time.
Right.
You instill in your child that desire to give and to help other people.
We take the meanness out of Christmas, and we put the weeness in.
Yes. Meanesses and weenesses. Take the me-ness out and put the weeness in.
Oh.
But it's like, have your project that you do every year. And you learn to be excited just about your shopping day, where you get to go buy for babies or, whatever, age group that you want to buy for, because you have that opportunity to go buy whatever you want for these other people.
Yeah, I think that's wonderful. Mm-hmm.
And that should just be a part of your holiday each year.
Yeah.
That's your family goodwill project.
Right. I think that's great.
So those are our 3 tips.
Yeah.
Obviously, there are many different ways to cultivate that gratitude and that appreciation.
And so, do you remember that that Sheryl Crow song that has that line in it about gratefulness?
I don't know which song.
But I don't know what it's called.
I like a good beer buzz early in the morning.
No,
it's not that one.
No, it's not that one. It's not having what you.
I want to soak up the sun.
Right. It's not having what you want. It's wanting what you've got.
Right. I want to soak up the sun. Remember that? So that's the line you're talking about.
I don't know if they'll remember it with you singing it, but yes, that's the line.
Sounds exactly like
Sheryl.
Sheryl.
I mean, it really is what it is.
Yeah.
That's
absolutely
the truth. That's the truth.
Yeah.
Cheryl is the truth.
Cheryl is the truth.
Thank you, Cheryl.
And you know what? Another thing that is pointed out in many articles that I've read about gratitude and appreciation is that grateful people are happier, more satisfied people with a significantly higher, lower depression and anxiety.
Yeah.
When we've interviewed people that consider themselves to be grateful people, much higher in happiness and just life satisfaction, and much lower incidence of depression, anxiety.
Because you're focused on what's good in your life. You're focused on what you have. You're focused on what you can appreciate, versus being focused on the things that you don't have and where you're falling short. And when you focus there, when your focus is always there, you will always be disappointed.
Correct.
If you're focused on what you don't have, you will always be disappointed. There's just no way around it, because you will never have everything.
Absolutely.
So you might as well start living and looking at the good stuff.
And you start and start working with kids from an early age to help them to appreciate.
Yeah.
And not just collect crap.
I think crap is the word tonight.
So,
I don't care what you want for Christmas.
I don't. And I don't care what you want either. You don't need it.
She said that.
So,
I didn't want anything anyway. It's all right.
Okay, good. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
I guess we're going to wrap it up here.
We're going to wrap it up. Wrap it up.
Thanks for checking in with us tonight about gratitude and appreciation and helping your children to learn that. And we'll be back next Thursday for another Weekly Wellness.
This was Weekly Wellness with
Miss K
and Dr. D. And we'll see you next week.
And we appreciate any
likes
and shares.
shares.
Merry holidays. See you next week.
Don't collect crap.